Hello everyone, it's Kristen here at Joyfully Thriving, and I thought today would be a great time to do a bit of a holiday chat and just get caught up again. Thanksgiving is past, Christmas is definitely coming and on the horizon, and I thought it would be fun to just kind of do a little bit of a vlog, share what's been happening in my life and the plans that we have coming ahead for the holidays, as well as some of my best tips to help keep you organized with all your holiday baking. So grab a cup of coffee, tea, whatever it is. I actually just fixed a cup of spiced chai latte from Sam's. It's my favorite winter drink, that or hot chocolate. I'm not a coffee girl. So when I'm feeling cool, I grab one of these things. And isn't this mug cute? My sister-in-law found this for me a couple years ago, and I love it because if you don't know, I actually customize all the places you'll go in my Etsy shop. So it's just fun to have this mug here as I'm enjoying my hot beverage in the winter. And it's actually snowing a little bit as I'm filming. We got our first snow over Halloween. Actually, I live in northern Indiana, but today, as when I'm filming this, coming home from church on Sunday, we actually had some snow. Not much that snuck, only about a half inch, but the kids all wanted to put on their snow pants and things after church and head out and play. And Mom Win, all of our snow pants fit. I had bought the next couple sizes last year in clearance, and we had snow boots for everyone. So I am very excited about that. I'm glad to know that and figure that out before we get our first big snowfall, because it seems like I'm always scrambling for snow boots and they seem harder and harder to find. Lately, I've been ordering them on Sam's when I need a pair, and I had sized up last year again, so we are ready for the snow this season. All right, so let's talk Thanksgiving, shall we? I'm going to grab a cup of that before I set it down here so I don't spill it as I'm chatting. Our Thanksgiving was wonderful. So every other year we have this tradition where we spend Thanksgiving with my family. My husband's family is from the area, so his parents are close by, as well as his brothers. I am the oldest of 4 kids. My parents, so I live in northern Indiana. I have a sister in southern Indiana, a sister in Arkansas, and a brother in Missouri, and my parents are in Texas. So we are rather spread out. We are all in church work. So it's one of those things that we just kind of knew was going to happen someday, and we just try to take advantage of it. We get together every summer for sure. We try to get together, or whenever we can. But every other Thanksgiving, my brother has been hosting in Missouri, which it's the most central location for all of us. My parents have to travel a little further, but we went down and we were there actually Tuesday to Friday. We had the whole week off of school, which was lovely. And we just really enjoyed being together. All 25 of us stayed in my brother's house. We put all the kids in the basement. Well, most of the cousins, there are 15 cousins, and they had so much fun playing. A lot of the time, I didn't really see the kids because they were just off playing and having a great time, creating lots of memories with their cousins, which was wonderful. I took along some baked goods. My sisters brought pies and desserts. We all kind of chipped in at the sides for the actual Thanksgiving meal. We got to see some other cousins who were in the area. So it was just wonderful. It was very low key, and just spending time together and making the most of it, which was wonderful. So that was our Thanksgiving. And then we came back Friday evening, and I knew this year, my husband's family always gets their tree right after Thanksgiving. Growing up, we had to wait until further in the Advent season to get our tree up, but I have enjoyed and fully adopted that custom of getting our tree right after Thanksgiving and starting to put things up. And I knew this year, with teaching part-time again, we have about 3.5 weeks of school until we'll have our Christmas vacation. So I knew that when we got home, I really wanted to get everything in order before school started again. So came home on Friday night, and Saturday morning we woke up. The kids were super excited. They all have their own little Christmas tree. We started this early on because the big tree that we get, it's kind of a mix of ornaments. I don't have a theme. It's just all memory ornaments that I have collected over the years, and our family has collected. But each of the kids have their own little tree, and it's a small tree, about 2 feet, I think. And they have colored lights on it, and they have their own collection of ornaments that they each have in their room. So the boys have 2 trees and the girls have 2 trees in their room, but they can decorate it whenever they want. They can rearrange ornaments to their heart's content. It's one of their favorite customs and traditions for Christmas. And then I can kind of decorate our main tree. They help hang some of their special ornaments, but I do most of our tree themselves. So they were super excited to get those trees up. So they woke up on Saturday morning and were just ready to go. They helped pull all the pumpkin things together. We binned them up and crawled in the attic, pulled out all our boxes. So I was a teacher. My husband's a teacher. We collected a lot of decorations and ornaments as gifts from people over the years, from students and their families. And then we've just built a collection of holiday things. So we pulled those all out of the attic. My husband hung wreaths outside. I started putting things up inside. It was a very busy day. We did go get our tree. We tried a different lot this year, a new tree lot. We found our fresh tree and brought it home. It was great. We put it right in the stand. Actually, and by Saturday night, it was a busy day, but I got most of our Christmas decorations up around the house. I just kind of kept going, and we've been in this house a couple years now, so I kind of know where most things fit and go. I'm always tweaking a little bit or adding a couple new decorations every year, but for the most part, I put everything up and we were set. Now, I have our tree up and all the boxes of ornaments are still sitting there. Haven't put the lights on yet. That is hopefully my project later today, but we'll see if the ornaments get up before school starts again. Have you put your tree up yet? I'm curious. Where do you fall on that friendly debate, shall we say? I know some wait. I think there's a couple questions that it always makes me smile about Christmas time. First, it's, do you have a real tree or a fake tree? Do you do a star or an angel? And then, do you put it up right after Christmas or do you wait? And then finally, when do you take your tree down? Some people I know take it down right after Christmas. We always leave ours up through Epiphany on January 6th when the wise men came. So our tree is up now. We have a real tree. We actually do not have anything on top. We've been looking for the perfect star for a long time. I mean, we've been married 13 years and we still haven't found one, the one that we both like. So we actually don't put anything on top of our tree, but I'm looking at our tree right now in the corner and it actually stretches up almost to the top of the ceiling. Stay tuned. One of these weeks, I'll sneak in our picture of our tree when it's all done and decorated. I'll share it in one of the grocery hauls so you can see. Right now, it's just sitting over there in the corner with the boxes of ornaments. All right, so hopefully that will all get squared away and done. It'll get done when it gets done. I mean, really, if it doesn't get done before I go back to school, that's fine. I feel very happy with what I accomplished already this weekend, and we're excited to jump into the Christmas season. Now, Christmas is one of those times when there is a lot happening for all of us. It's always a busy time. I love it. I love the celebrations, the excitement, the midweek Advent church services, the Sunday church services, the concerts, the activities, the parties. There's a lot going on, but I really do enjoy it. However, I have to stay on top of everything, and that's just my nature. I always have lists going, but especially this year, teaching. My son, Nathan, is in a children's choir this year, so that adds some extra holiday performances into our calendar. So one of the first things I always do is I go to my bullet journal. And I've been doing this for probably 5 years now. I absolutely love my bullet journal. My friend Kaylin introduced me to this, and I think what gets me is it's finally a planner that I can make whatever I want it to be, and I don't have any guilt over skipped pages. So really what my bullet journal is to me is it's lists. It's lists and lists and lists. Like sometimes they're full page lists, sometimes they're just the daily list of however many things I do, and I can cross them off as I complete them. It just keeps me on track. So the first thing I went through and I made a holiday party list. And I just listed the date of everything I knew that was on our calendar, where it was, if I'm hosting, if we're attending, any details that I need to know. And I left space to fill in what food or treats I'll need to make for those. And then I went through and listed all the teacher gifts that I need to make sure I get. I made a separate list for family gifts. We see my husband's family when we'll see all of them for Christmas. We will not see my family, so we'll do those gifts. And my family, we don't really exchange many Christmas gifts because we all get together and just enjoy that time. I made a list of godchildren gifts to do that. And then I went through and I did my Christmas baking list. So those are the couple lists that I have going. I am trying something new. We'll come back to the baking list here in a minute. I'm trying something new this year with Christmas gifts. I have already started shopping. There have been some amazing sales, and the Cyber Monday sales that have been starting already are absolutely incredible on Amazon. I've been running a list all weekend, and I'll actually leave that link in the description below. So if you're actually watching this on Cyber Monday, be sure you check out the Amazon deals because they are so good right now. And it's a great time to go ahead and get ahead on some of that Christmas shopping. So I'm trying something new this year with gifts. As I purchase the gifts, and like I said, I've really finally been getting some of my shopping accomplished this weekend with the sale. So that's been exciting as I travel. And just here and there, I've been doing some of those gifts. But as I buy them, I'm recording all of the gifts and who they're for and my budget in a Notion Christmas planner that my friend Kaylin created. Normally, I've kept track in my bullet journal or on a Google Doc, but I'm trying it this year and I really like it because it's giving me a running total. You can set a budget for every person and then it adjusts as you enter in gifts with the cost. And so it's just a good way to see where my spending is. I will leave a link to her video all about that planner in the description below. So if you're curious, you can check that out as well. So that's what I'm doing with Christmas gifts and how I'm tracking and recording it. I'm trying to work and get ahead on that shopping over the next couple weeks. I will do a lot of online shopping. I seem to do more every year, but especially with teaching, I am definitely embracing the online shopping. And I'm using Rakuten. If you don't use Rakuten when you shop online, it works at almost everywhere except Amazon, unfortunately. And it's a great way to earn cash back as you are shopping online. In fact, right now they're offering, I believe the deal's still going on. Normally it's $20 on your first trip and you get like $20 cash back. So it's a free shopping trip. But right now through the end of November, they were doing $40. When you spend $40 online, you get $40 cash back. So it's basically like a free shopping trip. If you've never tried Rakuten, I will again leave a link to that as well in the description so you can check it out. It's a great way to earn a little money as you are doing your online Christmas shopping and help you save some money. All right, let's go back to holiday baking because I am a huge baker and I do a lot of baking around the holidays. I'm baking for parties, for our family, and I even bake for gifts. One of our traditions is that we make Buckeyes, and you've heard me mention them before because I've been stocking up on chocolate chips and peanut butter and powdered sugar. Buckeyes are, if you're from up north, you know they're a peanut butter ball dipped in chocolate, and even when we grew up in Texas, this is just what our family was known for. We make Buckeyes. So one batch makes around 80 Buckeyes, we say, and I will probably make 5, 6, 7 batches over the course of the Christmas season. I'm going to get started on that this week. So what I do though with all my baking is I go through and I just sat down and I made a list of everything that I want to make this season. And what I will do, most of my Christmas desserts freeze really well. So I will go ahead and I just kind of space it out and do some baking in the evenings or on the weekends. And I start baking early. I know it's November still right now, but I'm already starting on the Christmas baking and getting things in the freezer. Because if I do one batch of Buckeyes, like I'll roll them one night, dip them the next night, and then when they're done, I'll put them in the freezer to be ready for teacher gifts. So on my list right now, I'll leave links to all these recipes are mostly on my website, so I'll leave links to them. But I'm making candy cane cookies. That was my dad's tradition, so I do that one. Buckeyes. I'll make peanut clusters. It's a really easy Christmas candy that everyone loves. Homemade caramel corn in the oven. Chex Mix, of course. My kids love it. So we'll make that. That's easy to have in the freezer too. Chex Mix freezes really, really well. I'll do puppy chow or Muddy Buddies, whatever you call it, the chocolate Chex Mix. Caramel morsel bars, cranberry date bars, probably chocolate chip shortbread. It's not very Christmassy one, but it's easy to have it in there. And that's what's on my baking list. So I just have that list. And because I am always stocking up on good deals, I always have baking things in here. I will just start recording those things as I'm baking. And as I have time, I'll look at my list and try to do 1 or 2 batches of those things when I have time. And then, like I said, I will freeze it all. The bars are great because I cut them into individual serving sizes. I put them in the freezer. And then when we're having teachers over, say this Friday already, I can pull out a couple things from each tin and have a variety of desserts. And next time I need to go to a party and take something, again, I can pull out a couple things from each tin, have them ready to go. And I have an assortment of holiday desserts without a lot of work. So Buckeyes, I always do 1 batch at a time. But a lot of things I will double right away, like my candy cane cookies or peanut clusters. I'll double those things. Chocolate chip shortbread, I always double. The bars are all for 9 by 13 pan recipes. So when those are cut small, it generally lasts throughout the holiday season. And then as I need to fill in, I can as it goes. I'm going to planning to keep a tally of everything I bake this year a little more closely than what I did last year, as well as how much butter I use so that I know going into next holiday season what I did last year. Hopefully that will help me plan better. So I'm excited to get started. I love baking, and baking really is my love language, baking for other people. And my kids love baking with me too. So it's a good thing that we do together to create memories, and then we can share with other people and our friends and family throughout the holiday season. So I'd love to know, how are you getting ready for the Christmas season already? Give me some of your tips or your favorite recipes. I'd love to know those as well in the comments. And I look forward to sharing more with you in the coming weeks. I will still be having my holiday grocery hauls up every Thursday. So be sure you can check those out and see what deals I'm getting this month. Still have a little bit to wrap up November shopping. So we'll do that this week, and then I'll transition into December. But I'm going to try something new. Speaking of baking, I've had a lot of requests about recipe videos here on YouTube. I've never tried that before, but since it seems to be a popular request, I'm going to give it a try. And I'm going to start with some of my Christmas candy desserts in the coming weeks. So I'm planning on doing Buckeyes and peanut clusters. So if you want to see exactly how I do it, I plan on having those up on some Mondays in December, so stay tuned and you can bake along with me this Christmas season. If there's anything you'd like me to talk about in these holiday chats or in these monthly chats, it won't be a holiday every month, just let me know in the comments, because I enjoy this time of spending time with you and just chatting a little more informally as we look forward to the holiday season and celebrating Jesus' birth. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.